Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorial brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Tutorials Group, and let's jump right in. Today's poster asked me, why do I choose to use the eraser and then a polygon tool to cut out objects instead of just using the polygon tool or even the magic eraser? Let's start with the reason why, then I'll give you an example. Okay, real life is like the right side here. It's like this tennis ball. Fake life is like this perfectly two-dimensional drawing of a circle ball. If we zoom in really close to this ball, what do you notice is that the lines are really super sharp. Now, if you go over to the real life example of a photograph, these lines are not super sharp. So if you use the polygon tool or the magic tool, it's not going to actually get all this. It's going to get some of the one side and some of the background. And as an example, we'll grab the magic tool and go ahead and click on this left side and hit delete. And look what happens. Forget about the shadow at the bottom. It doesn't matter. But we zoom in and we can see a nice sharp edge. Now, if life was like that, that's what we could use as the magic tool on everything. But what happens is life isn't like that. It's more like this. Even people's skin, the edges, the cameras don't take pictures very good of edges. So if I use the magic tool, and what you can see is that it grabbed part of the ball, but not everything. It's cutting out a really jaggedy line. If I zoom out and hit delete, what you're left with is a really super jagged line, and it's a hard edge jagged line that looks terrible. That does not look anything like this line over here. So I'm going to try using the polygon tool alone on this half, on the left half. Then I'll use my method on the right half. We'll see which one looks better. So I'm going to go like this, go straight down. Now I'm having a hard time trying to decide what part of the ball I want because my edges are sharp and the ball is not sharp like real life people in products and dogs and cats and hair, and it's not sharp. It's really actually fuzzy, so I'm having to cut out a lot of this ball that I can't figure out exactly where I want to cut it out. And I have no choice but to make it super duper sharp all along the edge. And I did half the ball. I'm going to come down here and come over here. I'm going to double click to close my selection. And when I hit delete, you're going to see this hard edge of the ball. It doesn't look so hard edge and it looks pretty good, but once you zoom in, you're going to see a lot of imperfections that just look really jaggedy. Now let's do my method, which is first use an eraser with a small tip, like 5 or 10 point tip. And if I just start like this, do you see this edge that's left over? It's still soft like the real one. So that's more realistic and representative of real life objects on cameras, because cameras don't take super sharp pictures. In this way, I can draw with the eraser the little nuances and have it be soft edged, even though it's supposed to be a hard edged object. So let's go ahead and draw this all the way down to the bottom. And now when I zoom out, you can see that my edge is actually softer than the left side. Let's go ahead and now take the polygon tool, and we're just going to use it to cut out everything that's left over that we don't want. So I'm going to go like this, come on over to here, and just cut out in between. And you can see right away that it's a lot better edge looking. And I'm not cutting on the object, I'm cutting in between within the erase line that I made before, making sure not to cover the actual cut at all, but in between the two cuts. And you're going to see right now, boom, boom. As soon as I'm going to double click, I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to hit delete. Okay, now look at both sides of the ball. The left side is super sharp, and you can see some of the white that's bleeding through here, and it does not look natural. When I pan over to the right side, look how natural that looks. It's a nice soft edge, much softer and more realistic than the left side that's all jaggedy and cut jaggedy. Anyway, this is the reason why I choose to use the eraser first and then cut it out. This is Rich calling it quits for this tutorial, saying over and out.